Hello and welcome to this edition of Eduleader Speaks. I'm Dipta Joshi from EducationWorld, and our guest today is Mr. Rajendra Shinde, Principal of St Xaviers College based in Mumbai. Associated with the Institute's Botany Department, he was appointed as Principal in 2018. St. Xavier's has been a front runner in pedagogy innovations and faculty welfare and development. No wonder then it was ranked number one countrywide in EducationWorld's inaugural India Private Autonomous Colleges League table. And for 2 consecutive years, for 2021 and 21-22, it was ranked number one. Also, an interesting fact that I would like our viewers to know is that Mr. Shinde is an alumnus of St. Xaviers College. Welcome, sir. It's such a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. Namaskar.
So where would you place education on your national list of priorities?
At the top.
Okay.
We need to do those, educate people. More and more you educate them, I think we would improve our conditions.
Okay. So while the pandemic has resulted in technology being integrated with education, there have been several glitches or problem areas too, especially when we talk about, access to education, internet, through internet and teacher training, exactly. So how would you rate Indian higher education sector's response to online learning during the COVID pandemic?
I think we should give 100% marks to all the teachers who responded to the need of an hour. Prior to COVID, there were a lot of resistance to do online teaching and get into those technological aspects. I remember 2015, Father Fraser, my earlier principal, used to tell us, teach at least one course online. And people were hesitant. Pandemic has taught everyone to go 100% online.
True.
So I think 100% marks, 100 marks to all my colleagues in college, outside college, KG to PG, what they've learned is marvelous.
So if we are supposed to make Indian education more digital ready or fully digital ready, what is your suggestion?
I think government needs to prioritize the expenditure because the connectivity is only located in cities. Pandemic pushed people. There are some number of students in St. Xaviers who have come from across the city and villages, etc. So they have gone back, and when they try and connect to me for my lectures or our lectures, it's not possible for them. They have to go to one particular place to get that connectivity. There are many examples like this. So I think most important priority should be providing that connectivity to rural areas across the country. Only then this digital education will be possible. Otherwise, it will be selective.
Okay. So also going forward, they say that, hybrid learning will be the norm. So what is your view with respect to blended learning or hybrid learning, especially with relation to, how higher education sector will function in the country?
I think it will stay here. And because see, the people have now understood the advantages of online learning, it has become reverse. People don't want to come out of the house now because they've learned the coziness, the advantages, the benefits of staying at home and teaching. So if colleges reopen, as today's newspapers say, 1st November, Maharashtra government has given the date. If colleges reopen, then we would have to have 50-50%. Some people would prefer to do it from home, especially the young mothers who have, realized the advantage of being at home. So blended learning will stay. It will be very useful from all aspects, from all angles. Okay. And I would encourage that.
Okay. So given the educational lag that has been caused due to the pandemic, what are the 3 decisions that you would like the Union Education Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, to announce?
He should give more budget, more for money to do research. Colleges should be encouraged to do research. Faculty should be encouraged. More funds should be available. That's first. Connectivity, even in Xavier's, I lose connectivity. Don't be surprised if we lose connection today. Okay, so connectivity would be a big issue. And I think we need to reach out to the poorest, to the person, to pull that person out from the poverty as well as the situation they are living in. So if education minister can do this, that will be wonderful.
Okay, all right. So a little more about St. Xaviers College now.
Yes.
How satisfied are you with the developments at St. Xaviers College, and any future plans that you are working on?
Never full. It's 50-50. We're doing well, but we can still do better. Okay, and up till now, we've completed the third NAC cycle. We've gone for a fourth NAC cycle. Our SSR is submitted just 2 days back, 3 days back. So we are preparing for a upcoming fourth NAC visit. We've started many new programs in my first year itself, but the unfortunate thing is the pandemic happened. We're doing very well in many fronts. So new courses we have started that has given us the opportunity to reach to different masses. Connectivity, since the courses are now online, we are able to trap a different kind of group of students who can do it from the home, evening, late evening, some of the diploma certificates, courses, etc. So we've done that. And we would definitely like to see St. Xavier's as a university. Our goal would be that.
So a little bit about yourself now. How would you describe your leadership style?
My door is always open. I love to meet people. So it's always open. I'm quite inclusive. I myself is an example of inclusive policy of Jesuit education. So since I've spent so many years here, I've learned that, I've adopted to that. And I would love to delegate my work to people. So we've done that now in last 3 years. And most of my colleagues are now actually doing the work. They're handling the college. I'm just the reason or signatory wherever the government wants principal signature. Otherwise, they handle the college.
So it's all set in motion.
Yes, set in motion. Yeah.
Okay. So any favorite book on education?
I'm not a voracious reader. Okay. But I've gone through the Ignatian pedagogical books. There is a book called Spiritual Exercises of Ignatius of Loyola. And this is what I have learned myself last 30-40 years in Xavier's. So Ignatian pedagogy, and that's what I would preach again and again.
So a thinker or philosopher that you admire the most?
Dr. APJ Kalam.
Okay.
I've met him personally twice, and I was not just impressed by meeting, but his work and his books, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Lastly, are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future of education in India?
Quite optimistic, because the way I think the central government is doing a lot, and the NEP would bring a lot of changes. At the same time, I think I have a feeling somewhere that they're trying to shirk away from their responsibilities of funding. Because if you say that they are planning to have all the colleges as degree granting institutions, that sounds a little dangerous. But otherwise, many things in NEP are very hopeful, very positive, and things will change.
Okay. So on that optimistic note, we end our interview here. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Dipta. Thank you for inviting me.